sexual orientation, he is a hero. Gay, straight, lesbian, black, white, he's a hero. And that's what's important. And he stands for the underdog, and he stands for those who need protecting. And yeah, I love your question, and I don't know, thank you, yeah. Awesome.
Speaking of anyone to be under the costume.
There we go.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Shorter from Paris, California. Oh, anyways, I've always been a fan of Spider-Man since I was a little kid. Some people are born with great power, some achieve greatness, and some have it dusted upon them. I feel Spider-Man fits the last one. I want to know from you, Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
We know you.
I'm nervous too. I'm
how do you connect? Who's Peter Parker and Spider-Man to you personally? Like, how do you connect with them?
Thank you for your question, and thank you for admitting that you're nervous, because I think we're all pretty nervous up here as well. Something I discovered in this film is he's become two people. Oh, Superman's here? That's rad. You look dope. Okay, so, no, and Spider-Man being the older brother, Peter Parker being the younger brother. I can identify with Peter Parker because I'm a younger brother, and I always felt kind of in the shadow of my older brother in a way. So, and I think that Peter feels in the shadow of Spider-Man. But I kind of access my older brother and I access me. Obviously I'm much easier to access because I'm a mess and I'm very vulnerable and I'm oversensitive and I'm stupid and I make mistakes and I fail all the time. My older brother is perfect and it irritates the hell out of me. I wouldn't say he was superhuman. He can't climb walls and swing through New York City, but he can save lives as a doctor. So I'm screwed. Like I'm screwed from the get-go. Like how am I going to top that? You know what I'm saying? So that's just I don't want to take too much time. That's my beginning access. Thanks for your question.
Thank you.
Sweet Sue. Oh my God.
Thank you. I was here a few years ago, and I told Emma Stone I was digging the bangs. I just want to point that out. And now on to my question. So, hold on, right for it. Holy crap. Okay, got it.
We got time.
Okay. Okay, I love all of you. My question is for Andrew Garfield. Okay. I'm an actor, I'm in high school. I am having so much trouble balancing both lives. I want to know how you handled that. It's, I don't know, I failed chemistry.
Oh. Shame on you. How could you disappoint your father like this? Screw chemistry. You want to be an actor? Why are you caring about chemistry? Yeah, I mean, like, I have no wisdom apart from, well, no, I just have no wisdom. Life is well tough. High school is probably the worst part of it. You'll get through it. You'll just get through. You just keep putting one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. Focus on what you're passionate about. Oh, now I'm trying to get a bit deep. Find something passionate. If you're passionate about acting, if you're passionate about storytelling, just chuck yourself into it and screw chemistry, man. He's chemistry.
Basis of the friendship between you and Peter, Harry and Peter, as we get into the second film.
Yeah, well, in this version of Spider-Man, Harry and Peter are childhood friends, and Harry then gets sent off to boarding school at kind of a young age, and he cuts off pretty much everything that had to do with his life before boarding school. mostly to do with a complicated relationship with his father. And then they graduate high school, and it's time for him to come home, and he has to reconcile his relationship with Peter for the first time in a really long time.
And Mark, did you feel it was an opportunity in this film to add some more relationships to Peter Parker's life, complicate things a little bit?
Yeah, you can't. What I think is interesting with Peter Parker, you never really seen him have a true friendship, and to see, what that means to him and how it really does complicate his relationships, or complicate his life in a significant way in the film. I don't want to give too much away, but to see that shade, see that color of Peter Parker was really exciting and interesting thing to do. Again, what's like, there's so much spectacle in this movie, and there's such a sort of operatic theatricality to it, and the ensemble I think is really quite powerful. But at the basis of it are these very real, relatable, understandable relationships, and that's why having great actors like Jamie and Dane and Sally and Chris Cooper and Paul Giamatti, like that's where you get the sort of the smallness, the intimacy of those relationships are what all that spectacle is built on. If you don't have that, if you don't have that beating heart at the center of it, you don't have anything.
And Jamie, it strikes me as I watch the footage that the phrase power corrupts came to play because Max really is a guy who gets all the power he never had, and in essence it does look like it sort of corrupts him and damages him.
Yeah, but he's hurt too, because at a certain point when you see him lick when I lick his hand, he fixes my comb over, which is, I think, the first black man in the movie to ever have a comb over. I think I'm right? There ain't too many brothers out there would let that happen. Black women be like, what happened to Jamie Foxx's hair is gone? This is terrible. But he says to Max that, you're my partner. You're my partner. You're my ears and eyes out here. And Mac takes that to heart. This is the first time anyone has ever said Max's name. So he really thinks that Spider-Man is the most solid person. He falls into this thing of like almost worship. Now all of the pictures of Spider-Man is in his wall, or on his wall at the crib. So when he turns into Electro, crib, house. Black girl went crib. That's so crazy. They ain't gonna understand that. They understand what crib is. Crib is an urban word that we use to describe our place of residence. Homie is a word our friends.
Could you use those in a sentence, please?
I went to the crib with my homie.
I got you. What's your question?
Hi, this is for all of you. I was just wondering if you felt you pulled more from like comic canon 616 or Ultimates. Because if it is Ultimates, especially in relation to potentially Avengers 2, your life is gonna suck, Peter.
My life already sucks.
Mark, what are you trying?
We grabbed from all the different comics. We try to find. There's parts of the canon that we really feel obligated to, and there's other parts of it that we deviate from. We do try to find precedent for what we're doing when we're making big story choices. So there's little bits here, little bits there. But obviously, there's, I'm a big fan of the Ultimates. I like the art that Mark Bagley did, what Brian Bendis was able to overcome. So really, I'm a big fan of those. But listen, this is the Ditko and Stan Lee and all those guys that all made contributions that have had obviously an enormous impact on the way we are constructing these characters.
Great. Hi there, what's your question?
Hello, my name is Wayne. This is an honor, man.
Thank you.
You don't understand. You're such a role model. Like, I loved you in Ray. One of my favorite movies is Collateral. And Django, of course. And now you're in my favorite superheroes movie as one of the main villains. Like, I love you, man. Thank you. For Mark,
There's a lot of love going on.
for Spider-Man 3, I am demanding carnage, but my question is, me and my friends feel like a lot of stuff is going in this movie. You have Rhino, Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, Electro, Oscorp, the Osborns now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're putting in too much? Because I don't really want another Spider-Man 3 where it was too much.
there's a couple scenes in the movie with him, and that was to establish sort of a fun tone. But Electro, I think, is an incredibly powerful villain, and one that will sustain the breadth and the depth of the film. And I think Electro, what I've enjoyed about him, he is God-like, you know? And when Spider-Man asks, how does Spider-Man fight someone? When, if you touch him, it's like touching 1,000 third rails. It'll obliterate you. The electricity will shock you, will devastate you. And how do you, when your main weapon is a web that conducts electricity, how do you fight that guy? How do you fight a guy who, when he reaches out to an electric socket, can disappear into it and merge with electricity? It's a terrifying possibility. But that was a really fun, exciting, was really fun and exciting possibility. Electro is really our main villain in the movie, so yeah, that much to worry about.
Something funny happened.
Yeah, what happened? I think the stocking thing was an exciting tidbit you threw out there. I don't think we knew that yet. We're very excited. Yeah, another question.
Hello. I had a question for Mr. Fox. When you learned that you were going to be playing this iconic character, Electro, did you worry they were going to put you in the costume?
Oh, it's just about the green and yellow one? Well, here's what you do. It's like, you know, you want to be true to everything, but also you want to be pioneers as well. You want to move forward. So I think the way that they crafted this, it shows it like how we crafted Max's transformation to getting to where he is. It's rugged, and when you see the footage, it's raw. It's just something that he grabbed and he makes it his own. He's really not worried about what he has on. He wants to get to this guy and really make him pay. So, and plus the people here on this panel, Avi, Matt, Mark, what's great about them is that they will huddle up and make sure that they have you guys in the back of their mind when they're doing anything. I mean, all the way from a line. Matt would stand and pull Mark aside, pull us aside, or I would pull us aside and say, let's make sure that we're making the right steps. And I think that's where I felt like comfortable and safe in being able to just come and just create and let them really make sure that we're going in the right direction. And like I said, when this thing opens up, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Do you listen to that when the fans react, when they have opinions? How much do you factor that into the work that you do?
Well, we get up in the morning and we go online. We drink something before. It's the great guessing game. We've been listening to the fans forever, and we know it's coming from the right place. It's coming from the heart, from loyalty, from love to the characters. And we are part of the same community. So we do listen, and actually, you know, before when he started, Spider-Man was here. I mean, we totally took his eyes right from the way he does it and put it on your suit. So we were trying to kind of combine this. But loyalty to the character is loyalty to the fans. And it's always top of mind. And one more thing. As important to us as all you fans is what Stan Lee feels about it. And he loves everything he sees, and you know, when he loves something, it gives us tremendous confidence, and he listens to you guys too, as you all know it.
That's great. Hi, what's your question?
Hi, Andrew. In the last 5 movies, we've seen a lot of Spider-Man in New York City, and in the comics, we've seen a lot of him in, say, Fantastic Four, Infinity Gauntlet, Secret Wars, you know, in an ensemble cast, or with special powers like Cosmic Spider-Man. As a fan of the comic book, I was wondering what particular storyline in the comics would you like to see turned into a movie?
I'd like to see him with the Avengers.
Good thing you didn't.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? Just saying. Yeah.
We have time for one more question, and then we're all done. Hi, what's your question?
Hi, my question is for Mark and Andrew. Can you tell us stories about the first time you met with Stan Lee?
Yeah. It was like being in a room with Mickey Mouse. He's so iconic. He's so iconic. It's like he doesn't really exist. He can't. It's not actually him. You know. I don't think I was feeling his face or anything like that, but that was the feeling I wanted. I wanted to be like, is it you, O Creator of everything great and holy? It was profound for me. It was, and I just turned into a black hole of a person. My tongue went dry, and my heart stopped, and my stomach wasn't in my stomach anymore. I was a mess. I was a blithered mess, and he was his charming, self-effacing, incredible self. I don't know if I said anything to him apart from What about you?
Ditto. Well said. And the script for this seems so strong, just from what we've seen. It's really impressive. Matt, you want to talk about the writers a little bit who put this together?
Yeah, it's impossible to make a good movie without a good script. I mean, it's a cliche, but it's like building, a house without a foundation, or like a body without a spine. You can shore it up, but eventually it just falls apart. And we all felt Spider-Man deserved a great script. Spider-Man deserves a great script. And my son is actually best friends, my son Jackson, with a kid named Jack Kurtzman. They may actually be here in Spider-Man suits somewhere. Boys, if you're out there, scream. There's one of them. And I was hanging out with my son and Jack Kurtzman and Jack Kurtzman's father, Alex Kurtzman. And it kind of occurred to me, like, it'd be great, these kids love each other so much, and it'd be great if we could turn this into something, maybe make some money. But like, we could like turn this into a meaningful thing. And he and I looked at each other, and he was a Spider-Man fan. And I just said, Spider-Man? And he said, absolutely. And from the day we first met with Alex and Bob, his partner, and this guy, Jeff Pinkner, they had this crazy love of Spider-Man, and they wanted to do what basically you saw, which is tell this enormous story. It's funny and powerful, and we just blow shit up, but at the same time, they understand the emotion of the character and the depth of it. And so we all showed up on set for this movie, and everybody knew exactly what we were doing. And as a producer for Avi and for me, it's such a safety net when everybody shows up and knows exactly what they're doing together. So hats off to Alex Kurtzman and Bob Orsi and Jeff Pinkner.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, everyone. Help me